This video will challenge everything you've heard about success, and it will completely change your life. We've all been told that discipline is the key to success, but that's a lie. Discipline is actually holding you back from success. In this video, we'll go through why discipline is holding you back from success and what you need to actually do if you want to succeed. So, if you truly want to succeed, then you won't want to miss what we're about to discuss. Discipline will only make you hate this path. It will only make you leave just as fast as you came into it. Because the discipline that this takes is insane and impossible to get right from the start. It's the same thing with reading a book. You can't expect yourself, who has never sat down and read a book properly, to sit down one time and read 600 pages of a book in one set. And even if you did, that would be one day of motivation, and then it would be gone for a very long time. Basically, in the beginning, discipline will only lead you astray, and you'll need to rely a lot on motivation. So at first, use any motivation you have to meet a very low threshold. Rely completely on motivation and don't use discipline at all. And if you at least wanted it a bit, just a bit in your heart to become successful, then you would have enough motivation to work on your business for 30 minutes every single day. Just keep that motivation, rely on it completely, and forget about discipline. Work those 30 minutes and then don't work at all for the rest of the day. Just those 30 minutes. Then start building the habit of discipline very slowly. Make it 40 minutes after 1 week, 50 after 2 weeks, and an hour after 3 weeks. Just increase it slowly until you're completely reliant on discipline. Word of warning, there will be days when you feel a sudden surge of motivation. You start saying, okay, I'm gonna work 6 hours today, I have to lock in, I have to work hard. And then after you complete those 6 hours of work, you think, okay, I finally got a hang of this discipline thing. But in reality, even when you worked 6 hours, you relied completely on motivation that day. And the next day, you won't have that same motivation. You'll only have your 30 minutes of motivation. And so if you wanted to uphold that same standard, then you'd have to rely on 5 hours and 30 minutes of discipline. And you can't do that just yet. But that's not to discourage you from working these long days. I work 12 hours a day, every single day, personally. So if one day you feel the motivation to work for 6 hours, then go for it. Just make sure to not make it your minimum threshold and keep your minimum threshold at what it was, 30 minutes. And make sure to meet that minimum threshold no matter what. If you worked a lot for one day, don't rest the next day. You have to meet your minimum threshold every single day. That's a rule. And as I said, keep increasing that threshold very slowly until you're completely reliant on discipline and you don't need to rely on motivation anymore. So that's why if you want to be successful, then you can't be disciplined at the start, because everything will fall apart. You will never get anything done because you haven't built up the discipline yet. Even if you worked for 12 hours in one day at the start, then that's still complete motivation. So slowly build up your discipline tolerances every single day. Increase the amount of discipline you need to do by a small amount, and eventually you'll reach a point where you can work 12 hours in one day relying completely on discipline. But until you can do that, you need to rely on motivation as much as possible to get you started. Join Discord server if you want to talk to me. There will be a list of cool features in the description, and yeah, that's it. As always, thanks for watching, and remember, don't give up, no matter what.